Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled, Dear Men, Stop Working Out. Physical fitness creates a cycle of toxic masculinity that must be eradicated. And guys, this article is written by a woman who you can tell absolutely, just from what I read there and as I go through the article, truly has a lot of disdain for men. Okay, it is obvious. And if you take a second, guys, to click on this article in the description and then check out her name and click on that, you're going to see a little more about her. And she calls herself Journalist Katie. And under the little description about herself, it says she's an open-minded journalist with a passion for social justice, truth seeker, vegan, and of course, as the article ends, last but not least, feminist. And when I say feminist, I don't think it's going to be like the kind that's trying for equal rights and equal pay and things like that. I'm talking probably not a third wave or fourth wave, more like a 19th wave, if we're honest here. I mean, she's bitter, she's angry. And this whole article, guys, which I'm going into, she's trying to make the case that working out, exercising, is creating a society of men that are aggressive and bullies and are going to mistreat people and beat them up and all. That's the case she's trying to make. Meanwhile, pretty much everybody knows, whether they exercise and take care of themselves or not, there is a countless amount of benefits to working out and exercising and taking care of yourself. I mean, absolutely. Yes, this is what I do for a living. My other job, I'm a personal trainer. I have my own personal training company, and I help people get their lives back on track, get into good shape, get into good health, lose weight, all very positive things. And the male clients I have, guess what? They don't go around beating people up and starting fights and being aggressive, all what she's trying to sell here in this bullshit article. So I'm going to go through this here, and I'm going to pick apart her bullshit and go from there. So again, like I said, the title of the article is, Dear Men, Stop Working Out. Physical fitness creates a cycle of toxic masculinity that must be eradicated. Toxic masculinity refers to the cultural norms in a patriarchal society that equates masculinity with control, aggression, and violence. Men are conditioned from a young age to believe that emotion, compassion, and empathy are somehow unmanly. Well, I got no problem. We all have emotions, and I got no problem with compassion and empathy. But there's a difference when the subject of emotions, when men are driven by their emotions. They let their emotions get the best of them, take control, make all their decisions. That's a problem, okay? Now, generally speaking, women, call it as you will, women kind of have a emotion-based operating system, if you will. While men, we're more run by logic and reason. Does that mean we can't get emotional? No, of course we can. And guys have different levels of it. And does it mean that women can't be logical and rational? Well, ha. We know about that. But yes, they can in some circumstances. Okay? But generally speaking, women are driven by emotion and men are driven by logic and reason. Okay? So, but again, there's a difference when guys, and unfortunately, thanks to the times for the last several decades, thanks to the feminist movement, or the you-know-what movement, because I'm not going to say that F word anymore, otherwise they'll take this video down. They've been trying to mold guys to be more in touch with their feminine side, be more emotional and all that, and condition women to be more on their masculine side because they feel everything should be equal. The sexes should be equal. Well, that's screwed everything up, and we all know it here. I've talked about it countless times in my videos. And, you know, now we have a generation of these soft boys and these weak guys, and how's that helped anything? How's that helped anything at all? Relationships, everything's all been thrown out of whack. Family units been thrown out of whack. All that stuff thanks to you-know-whatism. Now, don't get me wrong. I've made it clear from the beginning I'm against marriage because it's just a bad deal for men on so many levels. But all this horse shit has definitely played its role. We need a society of strong men because at the end of the day, guys, They always say you can count on two things in life, two certainties: death and taxes. Well, the third one you can count on is war. And it's always going to happen no matter what. You need strong men to be there to either have a good defense that nobody messes with you, or at a time of war when they're actually fighting, you need strong men. How are you going to have that when you have a whole bunch of emotional crybabies that want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and give hugs instead of actually picking up a rifle and fighting if they have to, or doing what they got to do? So we need strong men, and you can mold strong men. There's nothing wrong with that. But her idea here is that basically any type of strength, male characteristics, is a bad thing. That's ridiculous. We need strong men in this to make good leaders, good fathers, good grandfathers, and, to protect us if we ever need that. Okay, and I know I'm going on here a lot here, but this is something that's important. I think needs to be talked about and addressed constantly. Okay. She goes on to say, one of the main tactics used by those in power of a male-driven society is the exploitation of physical strength. Western governments use propaganda to perpetuate a narrative that men must work out and maintain a level of fitness if they want to be respected in society. This belief was created purposely as a way to ensure that the patriarchal agenda lives on by continuing to force women into submission via intimidation. Okay, so this idea that she's saying that Western governments are using this to keep women down and have this be the thing. Well, guess what? Here in the United States, I don't know what the statistics are, but a vast majority, a big chunk of the population is considered to be overweight or obese. So this notion that this is the plan, good fucking luck, lady. That's not what's going on here, okay? Believe me, my line of work is helping people get back in track, get in shape, and get healthy. So if you go anywhere, you look around and see guys, both men and women, that are overweight, and some morbidly overweight. I mean, it's really, really sad because people aren't working out. But by and large, most people aren't working out. They're not eating well. They're not taking care of themselves. And look at the negative health effects of all that. And so she's saying, so that's supposed to be a good thing? You got to be out of your mind. That's not what's going on. I mean, the idea that governments are trying to do this to keep women down, that's what she's trying to say. It's bullshit. Okay? And what's been going on is that this lackadaisical attitude in terms of taking care of oneself, people are lazier than ever. It's a fact. Some people may not like hearing this, but it's the truth. Exercise and working out has countless positive effects. For instance, if you're lifting weights, it helps you have stronger bones and muscles, which is very important to have. It helps speed up your metabolism, which helps you then burn body fat so you don't gain body fat and become overweight. Working out, whether you're in the gym lifting weights or just riding a bike, jogging, martial arts, boxing, whatever, you feel better. It makes you feel so much better. People always feel great at the end of a workout. And when you feel better, you're going to act better and you have a happier world. Or another thing is that when you're working out, you transform your body, you look better. You lose the weight, you're more physically attractive, you get some lean muscle mass. It's attractive, both men and women. When people feel attractive, they feel happier, okay? Other areas that, yes, working out and lifting weights, all that helps you lose weight, because being overweight will lead to things like different chronic health problems, like getting diabetes or heart disease and things like that. Exercise and working out help you have better mental health. It helps you sleep better at night, because a lot of people have a very hard time sleeping because they're so stressed out about their jobs and all that and their families and responsibilities. When you work out, that night you always sleep better. These are all positive things here, but in her mind, it's all negative, because in her mind, if you're working out, that means that in her mind, you're going to become a bully. You're going to go around beating people up, and that's horse shit. Are there some guys that train in the gym or total douchebags? Yeah. I've been seeing them since I was 15 years old and had my first gym membership. But usually those guys are weak because they need to bulk up and act all tough to prove how tough they are, when really they're a bunch of pussies. But by and large, guys that exercise and work out aren't like that. And there's countless benefits to this, as I went through the whole thing. So she's completely full of shit. And again, like I said in the beginning when I read her description, an open-minded journalist, my ass. Come on here. She's angry as fuck. It goes on to say, women are, on average, intellectually superior to men. This intellectual maturity allows them to have a greater hold on their emotions when faced with confrontation. Get the fuck out of here. A greater hold on their emotions? I don't know many women that have a greater hold on their emotions in comparison to men. Come on here. Now, maybe thanks to decades of you-know-what-ism influencing things, you have obviously more sensitive guys that have a hard time controlling their emotions because they've been molded that way on purpose, which is really sad, which is why I do this channel. And I encourage you guys that are fathers and uncles and grandfathers to set that example for your sons and grandsons and nephews, or you older brothers that are watching me, for your younger brothers, to help get things back where they once were, that you had stronger men that weren't a bunch of crybabies, which we have now. We can talk about the Generation Zs and the millennials, but really Generation Z now. My buddy's a teacher, and he mentioned the other day, we were talking, and he said, boys are so dense now. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, they're just emotional. His daughter, back when we had school before COVID, they played basketball and the boys missed the shots. He said they'd cry in gym class. No joke. And the girl shook her head in agreement to this. See what I mean? Is this beneficial? Is this helpful to society? Come on here. But you have a small percentage of the population that are angry as fuck, like this writer here, think that's how things should be. So it's my job, I'm doing my part here to help spread the word and talk about this and call bullshit on people like her. It goes on to say, in comparison, the fragility of toxic masculinity creates an atmosphere where men feel the need to prove themselves as an alpha, resulting in extreme aggression and physical confrontation. This reaction is enhanced when the levels of testosterone are increased in the male body through physical fitness. Okay, well, guys that need to go out and prove that they're alphas, guess what? They're not alphas. They're betas. Because guys are really alphas, they don't need to prove shit to anyone. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Studies have shown that signs of aggression in male dogs decrease exponentially following castration. Dr. Nicholas Dodum, a veterinarian and behavior specialist, says, neutering your male dog has valuable behavioral benefits. It can minimize numerous unwanted behaviors, prevent frustrations, and improve quality of life. The same logic can be applied here. The lower the testosterone, the happier the man, and the safer the society. So what does she want? That she wants to have all men neutered? That's what she wants? I wouldn't put it past her and her type of people. Oh, well, here's a quote. This quote is from an unknown PhD, because it's probably either bullshit or someone doesn't want to admit to this. This quote here, which you'll see if you read this article in the description. Unfortunately, castration is not an option for humans at this point in time due to lack of research in the field of synthetically engineered sperm, which is necessary for procreation. Anonymous medical doctor with a PhD. Yeah. So and I guarantee in her mind that guy should be castrated for that reason. Who does she want defending our country? Who does she want defending the streets? A bunch of women from Wonder Woman's Island? I mean, come on here. Angry woman this is. She goes on, as a progressive society, who says we're all progressive? As a progressive society, we must acknowledge the fact that increased volumes of testosterone and the lack of emotional intelligence amongst men is being used as a weapon by our government to continue the cycle of misogynistic oppression towards women. Again, it's all about them, or at least, I'm not saying that all women are saying this, but a woman like her and her group of minions, they think it's all a big conspiracy against them. I'm willing to bet you this woman is very alone, very bitter, very unhappy, and probably very fat. To the woke males out there, you need to take accountability for your fellow man's actions and make a conscientious effort to put an end to this form of sexism. Don't remain a sheep for the rest of your life. Sincerely, a concerned feminist. Yeah, a 19th wave version of that. And she said to the woke males out there, well, I have news. Well, right now, yeah, we got a lot of guys that are like that, and I get a lot of guys like that comment on my channel and email me and insult me. I mean, it's one thing if it's women, but when you have guys actually do it, it's crazy. But the deal is, guys, is that as time's going on and more men are waking up and they're talking about this, and you have guys of different degrees that have been seeing what's been going on. I had a conversation with a few of my buddies a few years ago, and these guys are more blue-pilled, but they're good guys. They're starting to see a lot of this crap now. Okay, so even guys that are like that, or more the blue-pill guys, as they call them, they're seeing these things. So as more and more guys are waking up to all this bullshit, which this woman is saying, you're going to have less of these woke guys. You still have a lot, but more guys are waking up. So by educating yourself, paying attention, having the guts to talk about it, doing your part to spread awareness, being strong, not getting sucked into this shit they're shoveling and trying to sell, that'll help swing things back to help things normalize, because it's gotten way out of hand. This is why I do this. So, but anyhow, this idea that working out is a bad thing and it's going to cause all these negative effects and it's going to make guys all aggressive and go around and beat people up and keep women down, it's absurd. There's so many amazing benefits to exercise and working out for everybody, not just men, also women, okay? And, so many guys have they've gotten off track, but they once they start working out and exercising, they turn their whole lives around. They lost a lot of weight. They then minimize any health problems. They look great. They feel great. Their lives are happier. These are all positive things. So it's nonsense what this woman's talking about here. So for you guys they're working out, good for you. Keep doing it. I guarantee you, if you're trying to lose a lot of weight or something like that, just keep grinding at it. You'll get there. Give it time. Be patient. Just stay on the plan with the exercise, with the good eating and all that. You will get there, and I promise you're going to feel amazing. The health problems you once had are going to minimize. Lots of great things about it. And for those of you guys that do work out and exercise, keep on it. Keep on it now to the day you die, and you'll feel so much better. Seriously, guys. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.